Because I mean, now Shebeshit is out there slapping his fans and hitting them, threatening to even shoot them. I mean, and he's never been cancelled for that.
Yeah.
And
But can you say it in another way? Like, how do you say you don't want to take a picture in another way?
Exactly. He
That's
finally
wild.
apologized, guys. No,
like give him a break. I think it's okay to forgive people. Yes, forgive and move on. But like with the theme, what more could she have done? I mean, if you look at how did you want her to dress how people dressed for the Metro FM Music Awards?
Yeah, South Africa keeps on failing me all the damn time. With the theme of the Metros being something about
crowning greatness.
Crowning greatness.
Yeah, the theme was crowning greatness.
A lot of there was nothing great about a
Yo,
lot of looks, especially because they always go there looking like they're going to a trick dance as a Pinoni High. Everyone that won, guys, deserved
Mr.
to win.
Tellerman.
Like, everyone that won
Give it out.
deserved to win.
Makati won Artist of the Year.
Yeah,
But Makati really, I believe Makati
she's
deserved
been
Artist of the
working.
Year.
Yeah,
She's been working
She
hard.
was flying there over her crowd. Hey, it's about that time. When you hear this voice on a Saturday, you just know it's about to go down. It is your girl Phindi Black, your host with the most here for Echoes of the City, proudly brought to you by Time Premium Gene. We've got 2 hours of global heat, local flavor, and culture conversations that always matter. And in Joyola, I'm never rolling so low.
Ba, 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 ba.
Actually, let me do that little shot.
I feel like I like that sound too much, but you're never alone when you got Tyrone the first.
Yes, how
He's
you
got you. He's holding you
doing?
down. No, I'm doing great. How are you, Miss Phindi Black?
No, I'm actually doing fine as well. Looking forward to a lot of things that are happening this weekend, a lot of things that are happening this month. I'm actually quite glad that the holidays, like the long holidays are over. Like it's been so confusing with the long weekends.
You're happy that the long weekends are over.
I'm really happy that the long weekends are over because at least now I can get to like actually the real business.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
just say you like enjoying life.
No, I really like enjoying life, and yeah, man. I don't know. I'm looking forward to what this month has to give us.
May is over. What do you mean you're looking forward to what the month has to offer?
Well, it's only the 10th.
May's over. What do you mean you're looking forward to the month? At this point, you should be planning for June.
I should be planning for June, eh?
Like, it's over. Once a month reaches double digits,
yes.
Pele Lunyank.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we are almost.
Because next thing you know, it's the
at the end of the
15th.
month.
People are paid. Then you know again, it's the 25th. Then Jiki, it's the 1st of June.
Yo, and then it's September.
And then it's November.
And then it's December.
Then we're busy with New Year's resolutions.
Yo.
Yeah,
no, that's crazy. That's crazy. How was your week?
My week, it was cute.
Yes.
It was very busy. 9 to 5 at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Going to events,
So you're
making
back to
sure.
your 9 to 5?
Hey, I'm back to my 9 to 5. Girl, someone's got to pay the bills.
Something's got to pay the bills.
Like someone has to or something has to. But I mean, like it was a great week because following up on the Met Gala,
Yes.
I was very interested to see what was going to happen with the Met Gala,
With the
especially
Met.
because, Tyler was there and she was co-hosting the after party.
Oh, really?
Yes, she was co-hosting with Doja
Ooh,
Cat.
That girl.
She's
girl is
moving.
doing-
She's
Hey.
moving. Tyler doesn't just sit still.
You know,
she
whenever
released
she
a new song called Bliss.
I heard it. I was listening
It's cute.
to it yesterday at
It's
the
very
gym.
cute.
It's a very cute song. Tyler makes cute songs. Someone was even saying, Uguti, they think after Beyonce, maybe there can be a Tyler that's as big and as a star.
Global.
As
Okay.
global and as a superstar.
I see it.
I don't know. I think it's a stretch. I think it's unfair
To
put that
anyone,
pressure
yes.
onto Tyler.
Also, to compare anyone to Beyonce is wild.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
Beyonce
That's not
is
even a
Beyonce.
comparison. Like, you shouldn't even start comparing.
It's not, but
you should just leave the building if you want to compare someone.
Giving Tyler that much hope, but I think it's just unnecessary pressure, man.
It is a lot of pressure.
She is Tyler, and she's different in her own way.
And she's doing her own
thing. Her
Exactly.
music is not to be compared to Beyonce's music because they have different
They
sounds
have
altogether.
literally two separate
you know?
sounds.
So I don't know. I absolutely, though I feel like her Met Gala outfit could have had.
You thought it was underwhelming?
Something. Yeah, very underwhelming. Very. As the after party though, the outfit she wore at the after party.
Yes.
Personally, I feel like that's the outfit she could have worn to the carpet.
I think, it really goes like, I agree the theme was super fine tailoring, black dandyism, right? And I mean, she was trying to give like a whole, what do you call this, honor or homage to a previous Vogue creative director. What was the gentleman's name? I just have to check. But like, it was a whole thing of giving an honor and like representing who that man was and what he did for people of color within the creative and fashion space. But I get what you mean. But like, I feel like it was a cute outfit. I mean, it wasn't amazing.
Yeah, that's
it wasn't
my thing.
amazing.
And then, you know, with Tyler, she always comes through with the.
But like with the theme, what more could she have done? I mean, if you look at how, did you want her to dress how people dressed for the Metro FM Music Awards?
Yeah, South Africa keeps on failing me all the damn time.
I mean, look at Lutando.
I liked
her dress.
Yeah, Lut Love. Well, she had a couple of looks. There was only one for me that was outstanding. It's the blue gown.
I liked the white one.
Oh, okay.
I like that white one with like the I don't know, that headpiece.
Royalty.
Look at Kuke Adams. Kuke Adams looked great, and she's really been rocking this like short hair pixie cut thing. Look, love. Of course, I'm gonna speak of Zanele Potelwa.
Yes,
that's my babe. That's my fave. I mean, she looked absolutely stunning.
Yeah, with the headpiece.
That headpiece.
The flower thing going on.
Yeah, so like I feel like there were some South Africans who really did show up.
Yeah.
Hey, there were some things.
Hey, there were some.
There were some things.
No, also I think with the theme of the metros being something about
crowning greatness. Yeah, the theme was crowning greatness.
A lot of there was nothing great about
a
lot of looks.
I feel like the only man who showed up for me was Langa Mavuso.
Yes.
His outfit was amazing.
It was on point.
I loved it. I loved that it was red. I loved that it had chaps. I loved that it was like, it just did so much for me. It just gave something different as opposed to a guy showing up in a suit.
Yeah, I know. A lot of males in South Africa just like that simple thing. Like,
yeah,
just go in a
and
suit
I mean, I guess there is really nothing wrong with it, but I feel like we have so many great designers
in South Africa, true.
Stylists.
That's true.
Like, even if you are not open Pinterest.
Yeah, and get some ideas.
Like, I mean, like, I don't know how to put it. Like, I feel like there's, even if you had to incorporate South African culture into what you're wearing, honoring your roots type of thing, you know, like, there's just so much to do. I mean, I just wish that South African men, especially South African men within the entertainment space, would put a lot more effort into how they dress themselves when they go to music awards, when they go to events, when they're, you know. And like, I think another thing that maybe also like have to keep in mind is that finances are also a thing. Maybe if you're starting up, if you're new to the industry, you know, maybe you don't have access to that, but then thrift. Reach out to younger stylists. Reach out maybe to younger stylists who like could also maybe give you something, or even younger designers, people who might not give you the price of like what David Kale. And I mean, David Kale, his work was literally on the Met Gala carpet with Dr. Dr. Moloi Mutsepe.
Yes.
She was on the red carpet. I mean, well, it's not really the red carpet. It was a blue carpet this year, and the color changes. But like David Kale's work was there
on that carpet,
right? And I mean, if you can't approach David Kale or you know, Bogart, there's so many people,
designers.
So many.
That's true. And speaking of like probably incorporating the culture of South Africa, that's the theme for Durban July actually.
Yes.
So the theme for Durban July is something around Mzansi and its greatness, and it's something about Mzansi though. I kind of forgot what it was, what it is, but it's something about Mzansi and just incorporating South Africa into it's Mzansi Marvel, the Marvel of Mzansi.
Okay, that sounds nice.
The Marvels of Mzansi. So I'm just hoping no one is gonna come there wearing escolo and some Zulu traditional what. I don't know. People just have to be stylish about it.
Yes.
You know, because we have so many Marvels in South Africa. We have Drakensberg.
Yes.
We have the Table Mountain. We have
we have the Wine Route. We have Neisner. We have so many things. I mean, just look at the ocean.
Yeah. So if people could incorporate those Marvels into their outfits, then it could be. And
now that you're saying it, like,
could be a thing.
There's so many ways for you to broaden the idea of fashion within that sense.
Exactly.
Like, if you look at it, like the Big Five, you're looking at
another Marvel
like
of Mzansi.
Imagine like you come there dressed something within nature, like the protea, strelitzia, a rose, ebatung. There's so many things to do.
You will see them.
No, but I feel like at the Durban July, people always try and pull through, though. People really, really try.
Because I think that's the one platform that allows people to be very unconventional with how they're supposed to look.
Yes.
So you can go as far as wearing a TV on your head, and you will still be outstanding.
That's very true.
You'll still be outstanding. So I don't know. Like, South African artists and celebrities.
They stress you, ne?
Like, they stress me so much.
Do you think they stress the citizens?
They do stress the citizens. They always stress the citizens, especially because they always go there looking like they're going to a trick dance at Pinoni High. Like, they just always just make me mad. But we want to hear from you guys. If you were to rock the Met Gala, what theme would you actually rock, and who would you wear? Like, who of these South African designers that are absolutely amazing? Your Gert Johan Coetzee, your David Tlales. I mean, there's just, the list is endless to count from. But who would you wear? We want to know what your style is. Like, what theme would you rock? And who would we see you like looking draped in? Like, we just want to hear from you, because we absolutely love hearing from you, our loyal citizen. Please do not forget to keep on downloading the Bogart Radio app, because I know probably Android there, your phones don't have spaces. Please make space, because we are here.
Not the Android people catching strays.
I can't. They always complain about space, because I remember
it's always iPhone users that complain about space because they're not willing to buy more space. Android users, they just put in an SD memory card. Vibe.
We want to hear from you. Which look would you go for, and which designer would you choose to dress you up if you were invited to the Met Galas? Here's some beautiful music. We gave you Imali by Jazzworks and Uzi Ngumalo. Absolutely love that superstar girl. Can't wait to hear what she has for us. She dropped an album, Shame, last year, and nobody said anything about it. Guys,
I'm sure people
these
said
artists
something.
must not drop albums. They must just keep on giving us these songs and not albums.
What? Tyler, I see you released a new EP.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
I kind of heard that, and he features Visca on that one. It's a joint EP with Visca. Absolutely love his sound. Tyler, I see you.
No, I was shocked. I wanted Tyler to win a bit, at the Metro.
Yeah.
I needed him to win something. That man. You see, after that man gave us some Nike, he deserves everything in this world. There's nothing he doesn't deserve.
For real.
Ingaskabam Nike 2 million.
For real. And speaking of the Metros, shout out to my dog MT.
Whoa, Joga, the moment I saw he won, I was like, whoa. Pindi's gonna change her wallpaper. She's gonna change her password.
I'm so happy. I didn't even sleep that night, guys. I love MT's music so much. I love his journey. I love everything about that guy. And a lot of people think he's my role model. Guys, no, he's not my role model. I love his music, the music that he does. And I've been following his journey. And I love his growth, Okay. So it's simply just that. For me, after AKA, really, he is the one.
The one.
Yes, after AK. And shout out to him for winning a Best Produced Album for DIY 3. And that category was hectic, because also Kelvin Momo was nominated for that as well. For his album Intako. Shout out to Naledi Apiwe for winning Best Duo with Umawelele. They won for their song Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
Absolutely think those people, everyone that won, guys, deserved to win.
Mr. Tellerman.
Everyone that won deserved to win.
Definitely.
These categories were very
But I mean, there's a lot of discussion ever since the metros of do we really still need? Didn't you see the live Mapurisa did?
I saw. Because also he was just ranting on and on about the fact that these award shows are just not worth it anymore, because nothing is ever now real. Is any of it ever real?
Do you think it's real? I mean, if you look at someone like Uxoli, who won Best Female Artist, Makati won Artist of the Year.
Yeah.
But Makati really, I believe Makati deserved Artist of the Year. She's been working hard.
She was flying there over her crowd there at her one-man show with 1,000 people.
Not 1,000 people. That's wild.
But she's been working.
No, but she's been putting in the effort. I mean, Black Diamond for best duo.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's what they deserve. I was shocked. I mean, best viral challenge, Scooter Baba. I'm like, okay.
Hey, for me, that was...
Yeah, I thought, Benny Maru. That for me, that still today.
Benny Maru deserved at least one.
I know, it really deserved one.
At least one, because it was the one song that was just nominated the most.
Yes.
Also,
but being nominated the most doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win. It means that
at least one.
Nah, but I mean, people can go to the Oscars, people can go to the SAFTAs, people can go to the Summers. They might be in a lot of categories depending on what they're there for, but they still don't win. I mean, you could be like a jack of all trades, ne?
Yes.
But you're a master of none.
Master of none. Facts. That's true. I still believe, though, that... I still do believe that Iberi Maru deserved.
No, I do agree with you.
They stood a better chance of winning. They stood a better chance.
Yes.
Unfortunately, guys, people voted for who they want to win.
And that's the thing. The votes count.
Exactly.
If your fan base didn't reach out to...
And if you didn't campaign enough for votes, the song is
it's
not just gonna win itself.
Yeah. This is not where it's a group of people in the industry deciding who the winner is. This is us.
Yeah.
This is the people who listen to your music. These are the people who make sure that those streams happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and if you're not campaigning, I mean, sometimes people don't even know that these things are voted for.
A lot of people don't, and Calvin was so mad. He was just like, you know what, the Metros are simply just a joke. I'm just like, but Calvin was not campaigning. You know, he is one of the greatest Amapiano producers to come out of SA.
That's not even a lie. I love Calvin, and I'm so glad that they're doing the symphony with him.
All of his work, all of his shout out to him actually. For
like that is a huge. That is a huge thing.
Very. But I didn't see him campaigning like on the streets, like on the social media streets to say, hey guys, vote
so
for
then,
me
but do you think then that like in terms of like an awards, if it is the fans that are then voting, does that really then make it Artist of the Year? Or does that really then make it best album, best produced album?
Yes, it does.
When it's people who are voting, like, I mean, what if you just have a large fan base, but your music's not great? Sometimes people like you because you're pretty.
Yeah.
Sometimes people like you because you're cool. It doesn't necessarily mean that what you're producing or what you're putting out there is good.
Yeah.
So now, do you think it's a fair... I don't want to take away the prestige of what these people have won.
Yes.
Because they deserve what they've won. You can't say someone didn't deserve what they got. But when we're taking it down to us who are voting, and you maybe didn't campaign, or what if you just have a fan base that isn't all up into voting?
Yeah. Actually, I think with Calvin Momo's fan base is just out there chilled, listening to his music. And just streaming, was relaxed. Like, they don't care about the metros. They don't, that's probably the reason why he didn't win. But I, for one, I know me, not myself, I voted. I literally bought airtime, voted for MT to win Best Hip Hop and Best Produced Album.
You see?
And at least he took one of those. So, meaning, if it went on to something.
It went
counted.
somewhere. Yeah.
It counted. So, I'm votes, they count. And also, I said this to a couple of my friends I was chatting to over the week. Gitsi, just because you're good doesn't mean you're going to win the award.
Yes.
Just because you're a legend and
we're all good.
We respect you. We OG doesn't mean you're gonna win the award if you don't campaign. Especially if these categories now are for the public
to vote. Yeah.
So I definitely know for sure MT's guys were always on the streets campaigning, asking people to vote all the damn time. Firstly on Twitter, they were just making noise about the whole thing. Like every day, bruh. Every time I would check MT's Insta stories, like there would be that Metro poster would say, please vote all the time, every day. So meaning he was campaigning and people were not forgetting, this guy's nominated, let us vote.
Let us put in the effort.
Because people see that you're nominated and it's just like, oh, shout out. And then they just relax. They just forget because you're not reminding them constantly to vote. So I think with Iberi Maru, it was one of the biggest songs for 2024.
It really was.
Porisa always gives us something hot towards the end of the year. Always.
A song for December.
Yes. Porisa never fails in that regard. Even if the song is not originally by him, but he always just knows the right song to put out there. That these songs that are made by these young Amapiano cats, he always just knows what people are going to appreciate for the summer.
Yes.
So I think he also deserved at least one or two, I also just found these whole categories, I personally feel like a lot of other artists and songs could have been nominated.
Yes.
The likes of Dikabang by Sol Penduga, the likes of, and like a lot of songs could have made it onto
the list.
Artists were complaining, they were like, oh, we submitted, but our songs didn't make the list.
But I mean, if there's a large group of greatness, I mean, it's very difficult to narrow down. It's not always going to be easy. And we're always hoping that whoever's in the room to narrow down to who should be nominated are people who are unbiased.
Yes.
You know, are people who are going to be like, okay, this song deserves to be here. I mean, at the end of the day, we're always going to think that our faves deserve to be on that nominated list. I mean, if you're sitting there and you're like, your favorite person is MT, and then you don't see MT on the best hip hop or best producer, you're gonna be upset.
I'm gonna be upset.
You're gonna be out here telling the citizens that that they robbed him. They robbed him. But do you think anyone was snubbed besides Benny Maru and
No, I don't think anyone was snubbed. I think my category Lawa were just very tough because everyone was just as deserving.
Yes.
However, I kind of feel like there was a lot of in terms of the nominations.
You think
nominations
it wasn't balanced?
Yes, the nominations, because a lot of songs deserved to be nominated and they were not nominated.
Yeah.
So I think then the injustice was made on that counter. But as far as the people that won the awards deserving, everyone that even was nominated was deserving. Do
they release the results of how people voted?
No, they don't.
I've never seen. They should show us the polls. Yes, Metro should show us the polls.
They don't.
Like, where did the votes go? How can we show that? You know.
Someone was even saying,
where's Deloitte? Where's PwC?
Exactly. Someone was even saying, why doesn't it like become a poll now where they just put it out on Twitter and we all vote?
But I mean, you can't just use X alone.
I'm like,
do you know how big fan bases are on other platforms like Facebook?
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess you could say with Facebook, it's also because a lot of service providers, in terms of network, provide you that free Facebook.
Facebook.
So people can engage a lot there.
Yeah.
Oh, X. We must never think X is a representation of South Africa, guys. That's like 2% of the country. How many people afford to be there? How many people actually want to be on X?
Yeah.
X is a dangerous place.
But imagine just getting like one of the best designers for your outfit for the Metros because you were nominated and then you get there and you don't even win.
But I mean, that's part of life.
Ish. Yeah,
like you get there, you know you're going there. There's a chance that you're not gonna win.
Yeah, there's a chance because you are not nominated
alone. There's like how many of you? I mean, imagine for the person who won for best styled. How many people were nominated for best styled? How many people showed up in their most stylish outfit? They went all out to make sure that black carpet they ate.
A lot of people like ate in terms of their outfits. However, one of the dresses, the ladies with the dresses, they stress me so much. Like, I wish I had a women's conference and
not
tell
a
them,
women's conference. That's
guys,
wild.
Stop wearing these matric dance dresses, please. Like, please stop wearing them because there's so much more to wear out there, and especially if they give you like a theme to play around.
Yeah.
Like
crowning greatness is a really nice theme though.
Oh, Sana, I would have worn the biggest crown. Followed by a train,
a big crown, and then like have this long train behind you.
I am that dramatic. We did ask the citizens what they would wear to the MET Galas if they were invited, and which artist, local designers rather, would they wear. And we have some people coming through on the app saying, I'm biased, but it will be Bogart, man, and that is Ronnie J. Driz from the morning show. Shout out to him. He would be wearing Bogart, man. Yeah, no, but Bogart, man, never misses. Shame. So I know he would definitely be eating, especially in the suits.
Those suits
the suits from Bogart Man are actually fire. And then we had Vuminkidiba coming through saying it would have to be imprint, but Umzukisi would have to pull up his socks up to his waist because agudlalwa pha.
An imprint has been dressing a lot of people lately and their looks have been eating. If you look at what Zanele Putelwa wore to the Sinners premiere in London, that blue and yellow dress, it looked so great. Like, it really looked nice. And also, if you looked at the people who they dressed for the South African Fashion Week when they were opening, Uluzuko was there, Uyaya was there, Uswes was there.
Oh, they were also wearing
and they were dressed, and they weren't dressed in a way that is conventional.
True.
They were wearing almost, I don't know what you call that.
These robes.
It was like a robe thing. It looked so good, and even the colors.
Yeah,
the colors weren't. Yeah, like it wasn't something that you would just see on anyone. So I feel like even Imprint, they're really like doing a lot for themselves as a brand, and they recently celebrated 10 years in Cape Town. So yeah, no. The people must continue to tell us what would they wear and how would they be dressed when they're going to these events. Maybe they can inspire us.
Yeah, maybe they can inspire us for this 7th July, because maybe we might find ourselves there.
You know?
Maybe. Who knows? But we absolutely do love hearing from you. Shout out to you for coming through in the app and sending us these lovely messages. You can also send voice notes, because we absolutely love hearing your voice echoing through the city. Also, hit us up on Twitter at Bogart Man Radio. Don't forget to use the hashtag echoes of the city. Yo, guys, I mean, I always struggle calling XX. For me,
it's X. You must get used to it. You can't be out here calling it. People literally say X, formerly Twitter.
Yeah.
That is such a long sentence to have, like, just for a name. X, formerly Twitter. Just say X. It's the part where I struggle with, is it a tweet?
It is.
When you post, is it a tweet? What is it? Is it an X now?
Is it an X now? What is it actually?
Like, I don't know what it is. I just say it's a post. Like, they don't even in the app, when you retweet something, it doesn't say retweet, it says repost.
Oh yes, it says repost.
So is it just now a post? It's no longer a tweet. Yes.
No, but do hit us up on X, formerly Twitter. Don't forget to use the hashtag echoes of the city, because that's where the conversation never stops. Here's some beautiful music once again. Kelvin Momo featuring Ubabalwa M, and the title of that one is Ama Lobolo. They do have Sticks and Nacho on that one as well. Sticks and Nacho also happen to be one of my favorite Amapiano producers out there. And yeah, shout out to Kelvin Momo. Is bringing out some heavy guns there on the Red Bull. Unfortunately, he didn't get not even one award. Shem, he was deserving. Like, I absolutely love his work, and I personally feel like his work just deserves like AMA awards, you know. But I don't know, do they really hold so much value these days, Lama Award, because now these things are happening?
I mean, I think it does hold value. I mean, who doesn't want to have a nice summer?
A nice metro,
a nice, something, a young Grammy sitting in their, like, their wall unit or wherever they keep these
and
awards.
That like increases also your value as an artist. Now the price.
It's no longer just Metro nominated.
Yes.
It's Metro winning artist. It's summer winning,
Award winning artist.
You're not just she's a summer nominated artist. You're now a winning. You won.
So now the conversation changes.
Yeah, it changes. It gives a whole different dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about winning, do you think Kaizer Chiefs is gonna win today?
I pray Kaizer Chiefs win today. Guysini. Like, we didn't win
your
the derby
prayers.
last week, We didn't win the derby last week because
but now my question is,
for the final.
My question is, you're saying you are praying, but for 10 years they haven't won a trophy.
And this is going to be the first time they win a trophy, because 2025 is going to be a this year.
Because, Orlando's Pirates, if they win, it would be a repeat. A hat trick. How does that make you feel?
I don't have feelings for
You don't have feelings?
I don't have feelings.
But did you see what they wore to the derby?
Sanda, shout out to Adidas.
Even that I don't know what you call it, that coat, that sweater, the shirt, I don't know what it is that old school made.
Yes.
I want it.
I personally feel like Adidas never misses when it comes to
how they dressing people. Yeah.
Pirates specifically. Because do you
think that these soccer teams have stylists? Or are they relying on the stylists of the brand that they work with?
Well, I don't know how it works really with soccer, because also, like, some people have their own, like, personal stylists.
Yes.
I don't know how it works for the team and how that dynamic is like, but I personally do know that Adidas has been killing it with Pirates.
They're really throwing it out the park.
Yeah,
but I mean, if your team wins, obviously you're gonna wanna make them look good.
Yeah, well, Marayo, I personally just...
And that's not to say that Kaizer Chiefs didn't look good.
Yeah, no, they did look good. I absolutely love their sweaters. These collar things that they have. I absolutely love them. However, I just feel like they are just too simple.
I loved the simplicity of it.
Too simple. And considering having to compare with how Orlando Pirates were looking like, it was just like, oh, okay. Orlando
But I loved the simplicity of it. Like, it just looked so clean. It looked so nice. Even the way it was styled, I think it ate. I definitely, it was 4+4 for me.
Yeah, no,
I really liked it.
They ate. And they also won. Shout out to them. And like as in Nick's zero shout out to them, because today we are killing them, but today I personally feel like
so are you willing to bet on that? Are you a betting woman?
I'm willing to bet on it. Mina, I think my only issue right now with Kaizer Chiefs is that I don't know, goalkeeper
That's wild.
The last time we had a goalkeeper.
Okay, so if you don't use this goalkeeper, but if you don't use this goalkeeper, who are you going to use? Do you even have anyone on your roster that you can replace him with? Or you're gonna have to go and take from another team?
Yeah, I think we are gonna have to take from another team.
Yeah,
but I think
he's literally the best that you guys have.
The players are playing. The players are playing their part.
Yeah.
The problem, my only problem is the goalkeeper. You know. My only problem is the goalkeeper, and a shout out to my boy, man. Bruce is my boy.
Is he really your boy?
I mean, guys, honesty is key. Like, honesty.
It's so important in any relationship.
Yes,
it's so important.
Is key. And I personally just feel like the players are playing their part, and
they're trying.
They're
trying.
However,
do you think it would be rude to say Bangum Sekelo at him?
I don't know.
I'm joking. They're a proper team.
I don't know.
You know, it's probably just like a very tough. You know, everyone is becoming really good in terms of how they practice and put effort into their craft, even sportsmen. And people are taking harness of the fact that there are sports academies. So children are going and being put into these academies from a young age. So it just depends where you fall and how you land, you know. The what you call it, their wheels were turned. I can at some point even South African rugby wasn't doing good.
It wasn't, yeah.
They had a good streak of just losing, and people were just like, where is the faith?
Yeah, man.
And then,
at least then,
changed.
But now we can afford them some little bit.
Look at Bafana.
Oh,
they had a bad streak, and then the tables turned. You know, maybe for Kaizer Chiefs, the tables can turn.
They can. Whenever do you think? Do you think Kaizer Chiefs is going to take the
Me, I don't even think. I don't even like sport.
So you are not.
I don't even.
You don't even have a favorite team.
Not even. The only reason I go to a stadium is because it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such a nice atmosphere to be in. Yeah. But when it comes to sport, and I could be watching soccer, and I'm thinking it's rugby.
I'd like us to bet. Let's bet.
You want us to bet?
Yes.
You know, I'm obviously going to say that
Pirates is going to win.
Yeah, because they have better, like, numbers behind them. Yeah, and when I say numbers, I just mean that the history, it's just showing that they win. Good. I mean, they won last week.
Because we were relaxed and preparing for the final.
For the final.
Hey, we didn't want to.
So they were taking a chance.
Well, we were not taking a chance, but we were just letting you guys win. We were just letting Pirates win.
You've been letting them win for how many years?
Yeah, that's another conversation to have. But we are betting there. And what are you getting me if Kaizer Chiefs win?
What am I getting you?
Yeah.
I'll buy you lunch.
Okay, you buy me lunch when you come back next week.
Yes.
And then what am I getting you?
What are you gonna get me? A man.
Oh, you were on a date the other time and you didn't even tell me how the date was.
I can't be sharing all my business. Next thing, people will come and find me.
How, Auntie, is it private? Are you keeping it low key?
No, I have to keep that low key.
Are you one of those people that are gonna like keep your relationships off of the public?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Yeah. The moment I enter into a relationship, South Africa won't breathe. That one day, I'm gonna post his shoelace.
Yes.
And then I'm done. You guys will see nothing.
Why though?
What you want to see? Nizom team.
We want to see your man.
Nizom team.
But how did that date go? Or maybe we'll talk about that off air.
Hey, no, it was really a good date. I was late though, but it was a great time.
Fashionably late.
No, it wasn't fashionably late. Yes, the Uber driver was taking his time, and I'm just like, damn. I know that this person doesn't like waiting.
Yeah, and first impressions also. It's just like.
But it was a really nice date. We spoke. We got to get to know each other really well, and then we're gonna go on a second date.
wrong.
You
so
know, that's
so
always
it
a
went
good
well.
thing.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing. Yeah, no. But it was a really fun experience. I think like trying to date for me is always really weird.
You've been saying that. Actually.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Dating is just not a thing for me. I don't know. No man, guys can divuke one day in the chat. Just done with the
I
whole
always
thing.
say that. So with your Minanje, can my husband just locate me right now
Yo.
and marry me right now? Because this whole dating business.
You know, there's this thing that people always say about my husband is definitely praying that I don't end up in any wasteful relationships and it's working. So I mean, nothing.
Because nothing seems to be working out, guys.
But
also,
yeah, when it comes to sports, ish.
Also with the dating pool, no.
You see, sport is probably just like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe if I find a guy who likes sports, maybe I'll understand
maybe
it more.
Be invested.
Yeah, you know, because if your person likes it, you want to enjoy what they enjoy.
Yes, you want to enjoy what they enjoy together.
Yes. So I don't know what you're gonna bring me next week when your team loses. But you can think about it, because
I'll think about it.
I mean, the chances. I wonder if I had to Google the chances of Kaizer Chiefs winning. What would the internet say?
Oh, I am sure the results would be embarrassing. Now that we are talking about it, let me think about what I'm gonna get you if Orlando or Pirates win. In the meantime, here's some new music from Tyler.
And you're still tuned into Echoes of the City with Phindi Black and Tyrone here in the studio. And we're just wanting to let you know that Time Gin, one of the people who make sure that we always have a show and we're keeping you entertained and in the studio. So Time Gin is a proudly South African award-winning craft gin product selected amongst the best in the industry and won silver and gold at the Lumo and Vitus Venera Awards in 2024 respectively. Not only is it just a great gin company, but the company is 100% black and female owned and prides itself for creating an authentic product that stems from not just African roots, but is well-rounded in the world. Time Premium Gin is distilled with spices and herbs that celebrate the world. So shout out to Time Premium Gin for making sure that Phindi Black and myself stay on air and are always here to keep you entertained with our voices echoing through the city.
Amazing. Shout out to Time Premium Gin for coming through and echoing with us through the city. I played you a triple play. I started with Tyler's new song that just dropped. When did it drop? I think a couple of days ago.
It literally dropped on Friday.
Yeah.
It literally dropped yesterday.
We stay plugging our citizens, and the title of that one is Bliss. Right after, I played you another beautiful love song by Tony Daimane and Ulwa Ndlunkulu. I never thought that Bona as a duo, they would sound so amazing. Absolutely love Tony Daimane. I still am looking forward to hearing what he has to give to us in terms of the hip-hop space. And yeah, man, I think these cats stay proven that hip-hop is not dead. And right after that, we played you Shai Moto by Melo and Sleazy, and on that one they feature Scott's Maatichu.
Scott's Maatichu.
He finally apologized, guys.
No, like give him a break. I think it's okay to forgive people. Yes, forgive and move on.
Yeah, but also I just feel like people now are at that point to which they want to prove a point to him. Dog, I was jelly logo, you know.
I was jelly logo. You're gonna tell us that,
you know. And
but don't you think, Askies, don't you think like cancel culture is becoming too much in South Africa?
It is, bro. And sometimes I feel like even for the wrong reasons, we stand united. Even for the wrong reasons. I mean, there was absolutely no reason to cancel Scott. There was, though. Like, it's valid to have opinions and like have feelings towards the dynamic that happened in terms of like him just trying, because his chat was just like, hey guys, I'm just trying to walk into a store and buy a sneaker. Like, allow me to do that at least. Sometimes I'm not even in the mood to take pictures because.
But he put himself in that space.
Yes, because of how he articulated what he said. So people like took it. It's okay, no, shoot when you don't appreciate us as your fans.
But can you say it in another way? Like, how do you say you don't want to take a picture in another way?
Exactly. I think I was having this conversation with you the last time. You see, Usomizina has had like an incident where.
Yes.
Like. He was just not in a good headspace to take a picture with this particular fan.
Yes.
And he said it in the most polite way, but it wasn't received like that. In essence, you're saying, I don't care about you as a fan. You know? So people are just like, okay. But also, I personally feel like people uniting to cancel Scott is just not it.
So do you think that with cancel culture, there should be like a more, I don't know, I can't say refined way of choosing who we cancel and how we cancel on there. But like, do you think that when we tap into cancel culture, we need to be strict on who we decide to cancel? You think with Scott, it could have just been a thing of, we don't like what you said, we move on?
Yeah, I think it should have been like that with Scott, because I mean, now Shebeshit is out there slapping his fans and hitting them, threatening to even shoot them. I mean, and he's never been cancelled for that.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's up in arms saying, hey, hashtag cancel this. And imagine right now, Scott, his name is even being pulled out of a lineup.
Yes.
And he didn't do anything wrong.
But like, if you look at the lineup thing, are you not thinking it's because of how the crowd reacted at Cotton Fest?
Yes. So
imagine now we book Scott and the audience just sits quiet. But then again, people were saying about it looks so forced because he was at another concert that people were enjoying.
Exactly.
They were living their best lives,
Yes.
and that was literally just a few days after Cotton Fest. And because you can't take away the fact that he's a great musician. And yes.
He has this wave that people appreciate. I'm a 2K, they consume a lot. I mean, I'm also not a 2K, but shout out to Scott Mapuma because he is heavy, like,
yes.
on being great as a musician. So, like, I don't know, I just feel like people are just being too hard on him because entitlement, when we made you, we can break you. So they just want to show him that. And honestly, I feel like give him time, like give him grace.
Yeah, that's true.
Like because Tina, we also, like, everyone that has a phone or has everyone
access.
That consume music,
yeah.
Is also part is a member of the cancel culture. So I think we need to afford these people grace to say, okay, no, we see you. You're good, but you did bad.
Yes.
So lungi samfe to lapha instead of like just uniting up and saying let's cancel Scott Mapuma. I mean, where were all these people when they were trying to cancel Lupast? Where were all these people now?
They were there. They were there.
They're doing what? Nothing. They were there, busy doing nothing. You know?
They were present.
They were present.
They marked
doing
the
nothing.
register.
Doing nothing. So I personally feel like we are really very not focused on
how we choose to cancel and the correct platform.
Yeah, we are not focused on that.
But I mean, cancel culture can really go so far to literally ruin someone's entire career.
Yeah,
and it's very difficult to come back from cancel culture.
It's very difficult to come back. I mean, look at the likes of your Lady Zamaz.
Yeah.
I mean, she hasn't been topping charts and she's just as great. And I think just people having to cancel her because Java holds a bigger fan base, it's just like, you know, like.
But I mean, the reason she was cancelled.
Where is the honesty in all of that? But also, I feel like this whole dynamic, Lady Zama, was a thing where us as women, we failed her as women, because it's a conversation I also once had with a couple of my friends. Uguti, us as women, every woman, I need my citizens to
rally behind what you're saying,
to listen,
hear you,
to listen and listen to me carefully. Every woman at a certain point in their lives, in their dating lives, has been raped. Every woman, myself included, because some rape is soft, some is soft, some is not. But at the end of the day, you still said no, and this person insisted to have sex with you. So Lady Zamwa didn't say, no, Shava held a gun to my head and raped me. No. It was a thing of, no, this person, as a woman, there are instances where I just don't feel like participating in such a course.
Yeah.
Yes, but because this is my partner, I'm always just forced to give it to him because if I'm nigi uzoilanda ngaphandle type chat, you know?
Yeah.
So you always end up just putting your decision aside to say no, and then you just end up going through with it because at the end of the day, this is your partner, and you know.
And coming back from cancel culture is tough.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Sometimes you never come back.
So we as women, we failed Lady Zama by not listening to what she said, and just abantu bayithathe phezulu this whole thing, and we're like, yeah, no, you're accusing Ushava of rape, and Lady Zama did not utter a word and say Java raped me.
Yeah.
She just said there were incidences where I did not want to participate and he forced himself onto me. And in reality, that is rape. Every woman, and that the saddest reality is that every woman at some point in their dating lives experiences rape, whether soft or harsh.
Yeah.
So I feel like people must be open-minded to the reality and stop being. Sometimes you must just put Java the artist aside and Ladies Am I the artist aside and put these two people as human beings here. And now we look at the reality of this discourse, so that we can be able now to make a decision, a well-informed decision, even an emotionally intelligent decision before we start cancelling. Because what's happening with Ladies Ama's career is really sad, because people don't appreciate her as they used to. And she's one of the fewest people in the industry, in the music industry, that gave us timeless hits like Abo Mamelodi with Abo Junior Torres. I mean, she's been in the game for a long time. And I personally even mentioned this once on Echoes of the City when I was still doing it with my homeboy Usinaye. I would definitely love to hear what she would do with Amapiano. But considering how people are receiving her and the platform that this people have made for her, I don't see that happening.
Cancel culture is just a tough thing to come back from. I mean, even if you look at it in an international space, look at how Kerry Hilson has just come back.
Was she cancelled?
EP. Yeah, she was cancelled.
For?
Just because she did something with Beyonce. Oh, she had said something or whatever. Okay. Sometimes you don't even have to be cancelled to something huge. Sometimes you can like what you're saying with Scott. You don't think it was something that deserved cancel culture in a way. Yeah, well, sometimes you just say or do something and people just jump on that bandwagon. Nah, we need to cut that. We need to get rid of that type of thing, and it's all because of a fan base and their love towards their fave. Yeah, well, but the citizens can tell us what they think. They can hit us up in the Bogart Radio app.
Yes, definitely.
Let us know also on X #Echoes of the City. What do you think of cancel culture, and how has cancel culture impacted how you view different celebrities?
Yeah, and also this whole thing of cancel culture now, it also played a huge role in terms of the reality show that you were guys in.
Yes.
The fans were always ready to cancel someone.
Yeah.
They were just ready because they want their faves to win. So I personally also feel like cancel culture is wrong, because now they're just ready to cancel someone off of one silly stupid mistake, because also we're human, we are flawed, we're gonna make mistakes. As soon as someone just owns up and takes accountability, now we can all move in harmony and peace, because at the end of the day, guys,
I mean, Chris Brown came back from cancel culture.
Yeah, and he came back strong. I mean, he came back strong, and people still, even in South Africa, people still appreciated him at the show, at the show that he had. And this cancel culture thing, I just think people are not setting the right priorities when it comes to just initiating the whole cancel culture thing. So I don't know, you guys at home can let us know what you think. Are we being strict when it comes to this whole cancel thing? Are we using it wrong? Are we practicing it in the wrong dimensions, in the wrong dynamics? I don't know. We would like to hear from you, because we absolutely appreciate hearing your voices echoing through the city. Do also send those voice notes and those song requests, because we always Echoes of the City are the gift that keeps on giving. Here's some beautiful music in the meantime. Coming through with the Amos and Young Stan featuring Kabzade Small. And before that, I played you award-winning Lady Apiwe featuring Umawelele. And the title of that one is Romeo and Juliet. And that's specifically the song that actually got them changing their titles to award-winning.
Award-winning. Anitra Metro nominated.
Imagine your first award being Metro. Naledi is that good.
She's that girl.
Naledi is that good, actually. So shout out to them for always making sure that we are just happy as consumers of the music. Now, time isn't just something you spend, it's something you savor. Whether you're creating memories or celebrating milestones, do it with elegance and do it with Time Premium Gin that is crafted for moments that matter. It is available now at selected retailers. And also, please note, weekend, you must drink responsibly and drive alive.
Arrive alive, Jozi. drive alive. You have to be alive to drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. I can remember when you're driving, you have to be alive, Miss Kat.
I'm saying weekend already.
I think, you've been on this journey of being sober, Mos.
Yes.
So when you drive, you always are alive.
Alive.
Oh, okay. So how's that journey been for you?
That journey for me has been easier than I thought it would be. Like,
Okay.
because Mina, I'm that person who, like, also considering the fact that I'm a wine connoisseur. Like, I collect wine.
Not just a wine,
Yeah,
a connoisseur.
A wine connoisseur.
Wow.
Guys, I absolutely love wine. Yeah, I appreciate her so much. Like, I always just used to also buy wine to just keep in the house, you know.
Yeah.
Just collect these bottles. So they're also still there. I'm also just still collecting them. But now I'm just not as fascinated anymore because I just don't drink anymore, you know. So that journey for me has been quite rather easier than
you had expected.
And also, I don't know, maybe the more events that I attend, maybe the more tests are gonna come, you know, because
no, it's fun. Like, you don't have to drink to have fun.
I realized that this week when I went to an event with Tato Hudson and Tracy, and I was just like, you know what? Hi, man, I don't need all of this.
Bourgeois doesn't need to lift your spirits. You lift your own.
But also, I get so annoyed very quickly when I'm
with the other people.
Yes, because I'm just like, is this what I was doing as well? Like,
that's wild.
Like, you know, but we are still speaking all things cancel culture. We do have Uma Sinclair, who has been a loyal citizen, coming through on the app saying cancel culture can sometimes feel like online mobbing, where people get swept up in outrage without nuance. Oh, let's strive for accountability without sacrificing empathy and fairness. Exactly what I said. Let us extend some grace to our artists, and because at the end of the day, they're making this music. Yes, they're doing it so that they can put bread on the table, but also it's to make us happy as the fans. And
then also on the app, we do have Ngitiba saying that cancel culture in South Africa is very selective, and we're obsessed with wanting to humble people. The people that actually deserve to be cancelled are left off the hook.
You see? You see?
Minky bringing in those bars. Letting people go. And you know, that's what happens sometimes. I mean, some people just become bigger than cancel culture.
Yeah.
Not in a sense that they are beyond being cancelled.
Yeah.
But you know, people are just like, we'll never do that.
Yes.
Or they just have a bigger fan base that is able to bring a more positive sentiment to whatever's being said. I mean, if there's only a small portion of people who are willing to cancel someone and a larger portion of the people are not willing,
yes,
they won't be cancelled.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think cancel culture should just, like, we should have a conference.
What are the conference? You want a women's conference? Now you want a cancel culture conference? Next, we're going to have conferences for how you have continued on this journey of not drinking. To celebrate. A conference to celebrate.
Guys, like, you know, Mina, I like talking. So I feel like some people need to be sat down. Like, now, but like, some reason has to be spoken to these people. Common sense has to be spoken to the consumers of the music, because sometimes fans are just out of line. They are seriously out of line. Even if we depend on our fans to make a living, actually. Yeah. Especially as creators that put something out there that has to be
because you need people to engage.
Exactly. You need people to engage. You need people to listen to music. You need people to buy your music, or buy your art, or whatever it is that you are putting out there. So what fans say, it matters all the time. However, it doesn't mean it's always right.
Yeah.
What they are saying. But it does matter all the time, and which is why now Uskot Mapuma is here, because fans have been saying, you know what, we are going to cancel you now because blind. You know, and I don't know, like, but our citizens came through with some intelligent bars saying, hey, empathy and fairness overall. These people, they do also like deserve some a little bit sense of that. Before we wrap up, I'd just like to remind you that if you want to submit your music and your mixes, you can do that on www.bogartman.co.za, so that we can also be here playing your music, because we absolutely love consuming your art. And it's definitely, I guess it's in cancel, guys.
I never.
In cancel. So do that on www.bogartradio.co.za. That's where you submit your music and your mixes, because a lot of people have been asking, okay, I'd like to, like, please, this is my song. Please, I'm just like, okay, no. When I get hold of the relevant information information on how you can submit your mixes. And
I'll
your
let
music.
you know.
I will let you know. So definitely this is me letting you know that you can submit your music and your mixes at www.bogartradio.co.za. We'd like to thank you also for just tuning in and staying with us from 11 a.m. all the way till 1 p.m. We have come to the part that I do not appreciate.
Sad music in the background. Ish. That time of the day where we have to say goodbye to our citizens until next week, Saturday. But make sure you have downloaded the Bogart Radio app so we can continue to engage with you guys. You guys can continue to give us what you want us to play on the show. You know, it isn't just the city with Phindi Black and Tyrone the first. It's the city with all of us, and the citizens are definitely included in that. And it's been great having you guys on this 2-hour show with us, and we can't wait to be back with you next week, same place, same time, in the Bogart Radio app.
Yeah, we are gonna kill it now and end the show with a beautiful song that was requested on the app by Umasintle. So this one is Amashinga by Usundile and Uspesihle Mabaso, who happens to be the newest addition to the Bogart Morning Show. We will see you next week, same time, same place.
Bye.